Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of You Haven't Seen That Podcast, or YHST for short. I'm Isaac, and my wife is, thankfully, not with me. She's with us, not in spirit. She's alive, all right? Perfectly fine. I know where she is. I have other people to attest to that. But it's another YHST episode. I'm going to call this one a bonus intermission episode, an intermission episode, Inception, with my brother, Vincent.
Hi.
Yeah, and the reason why we're doing this bonus episode, he's like, I could fucking go on about my top 25 list, which he first brought up when we did the Mission Impossible Final Reckoning. Got that correct this time. Mm-hmm. And we kind of hinted or talked a little about it when we covered Chef recently. Did you listen to that episode? You didn't. Go back. So no, this is me just kind of sort of, relinquishing the microphones to him to talk about these top 25 as how he came up with it. But you also have like a top 100 too.
I do. I did have a top 100. So the list itself, it's my favorite top movies. Mm-hmm. It's not the favorite top movies. And I have to kind of emphasize that because I've talked to people about this list and they're like, why is that on your list? Because it's my favorite movie. It's mine, not yours, not it's my favorite movies. So you're going to, on this list, a lot of you guys are going to disagree. You're going to be like, really? You put that one on there? There's 4 superhero movies on there? Yes.
You know what, though? When we had that conversation, this was back in last year, Thanksgiving, about a year ago, right? Mm-hmm. When you were first telling us about this. Real quick, business stuff first. Sorry, before I get ahead of myself.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Follow us on social media at YHST Pod on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. You know what to do in case you're new here and you're like, what's this bonus episode? And what about a wife that's dead? And if you want to support us, you can do that on Venmo at YHST Pod. Now, getting back into your list, when we talked about it the first time, I'm glad we had this conversation because I've been doing this podcast for roughly about 2 years. This is going to be the third season coming up. Nothing different happens. It's just the number changes on the season. And, I'm essentially reviewing movies. And in a weird way, I don't want to tell people what to think, but we're doing this podcast just to tell people what we think.
Yes.
Ultimately, form your own opinion. But what was crucial about that is it made me more careful in how I presented my thoughts on a movie, or maybe I would preface it a couple of times because there are regular listeners to the show where they have told me, they go, I haven't listened to that episode because I want to form my own opinion. And then, as I always tell people, come back, join the conversation, and then let us know in the DMs and comment sections what you thought about those movies. And we just chat. That's why I love having guests on that love movies and getting their side of it. But ultimately, what I got off of what you said too is they all liked or didn't like this movie. Mm-hmm. Good for them. I liked it or didn't like it for my own reasons. Opinions aren't wrong, mostly.
We were mentioning on the other podcast about core memories. And probably all these movies are one of... Here's the thing. I got 25 core memories with each of these
Waving
movies.
on the mic.
Yes. 25 core memories because each movie is just special to me. And I'm not going to go through each one, why, but it's... Anytime these movies are on, anytime I want to watch a movie, I can go to this list. But it all started with 100 movies, and it was.
You were telling me you go make a. I go, I'm doing a podcast. I'm not. That's tell you as I go along. I ain't ranking these things.
Yeah, I'm somewhat autistic in the sense of not joking around. It took me 3 hours to make this list.
Me and you were undiagnosed.
Yes, 3 hours to make this list, and when I was done with it, I was happy. I was satisfied, and I rarely talk about it, but yeah, it's my top 25 best movies of all time.
And let's go down those things real quick too. The reason why I enjoy movies the most out of all other art forms is, it's visually pleasing. It's emotionally pleasing. It's auditory. There's all the components, all the ingredients, as we said in the chef episode, all these little things are so meticulous and well thought out in order to make the audience feel something. And I would imagine you picked these movies because it resonated with you either on a personal level, your deep emotion, or something that you've dealt with through life, or just because you like a fucking good action movie.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be all they all made me cry or anything like that.
And that's why when I did 100 movies, wrote down on a piece of paper like I was trying to solve a crime. Right, what's the meme with
Is
Charlie?
That what all that yarn was? Yeah. Charlie Day,
and he's just kind of looking around,
Papa Giorgio or whatever it was.
But it took me a while. Why is this one not in my top 50? Okay, let me move this Why don't I have a comedy there? And they moved that one. Why? And so I made me think about all the movies and all of my eras from the 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, when I just got with my wife. I just had my kids, certain times in my life. And those movies, I watched them. I remember them. That's going to be one of my core memories. And I like the way I felt when I watched that movie. And that's the thing. A lot of people they're worried about the list of how it's going to make people feel. No, each one of these movies is how I felt.
Yeah, do things for yourself.
Yes, exactly.
So you brought up a good point. You watch a lot of fucking movies.
Not really.
What?
No, I don't watch a lot of movies. I have a good memory.
Oh, compared to a lot of what?
I have a good memory. So I don't watch a lot of movies. I have a good memory. Like for example, I haven't watched Swingers in years, right? But I remember how I felt literally watching it for the first time.
I guess to clarify, I think I meant more generally comparatively to like a quote unquote normie or neurotypical person.
Yeah,
who maybe doesn't think about a movie or how it makes them feel. They go, that's a movie anyways. Let's go, shop at Sears or whatever. Like I kind of put you under the lane of you watch more movies normally than other people. You had a collection.
Yeah,
bigger than most.
Yeah, back when VHS and DVDs, I collected a lot of movies. And then in 2009, when I started realizing that things are going to be digital, that's when we stopped buying movies.
You got rid of all your physical.
I got rid of all my DVDs.
It still breaks my
We
heart.
have some right there,
Yeah.
but no, we had shelves.
How did you manage to do, or did you like find digital copies of?
No, because I collected them, and we had over like 300 movies.
That's a lot of movies.
Remember the house in Whittier where we had we had tons of movies, but we didn't know that streaming was going to be a thing, and then we could easily watch a movie just by finding it and searching for it rather than like looking for it, on a shelf.
Do you ever have a fear of those movies won't be available digitally?
They're going to be available. I don't have a fear of any of that thing erasing.
Right.
I don't.
Asked and answered.
Yeah, I get it, but I do want to collect all 25 movies. And here's the thing. If I collect all 25 movies on DVD and then there's one movie that comes up where it's like, I got to throw it out of my 25 and that's fun. Okay, then I'll take out
You won't go for like, Blu-ray edition?
Now I'm going to go for the top expensive
There you go.
edition. Yes.
Yeah. As we mentioned before, signed by the cast and director and, sanctioned. Okay, let's go down your list of 25 and how they made you feel. So, I'll maybe ask some questions that pop up, but for the most part, have at it.
So what I'm writing down right now, I'm trying to write down the years they came out because I was born in 1980. So, there's certain times in everybody's life that when you're at a certain age, you start realizing things in your life and your body and all that good stuff, and things happen around you. But then comes a movie where you remember that age, and I'm really good with ages, so or numbers and years. So if I remember a movie that came out in 2007, I remember that my daughter was born in 2007.
Yeah.
And so I was 26, 27. So I was a young, dumb 20-year-old guy having a kid. But at the same time, I remember watching movies like Into the Wild. That's on my list. So this list has a lot of movies that resonate with me in certain times in my life. So I don't think there's any movies on this list that are below, I want to say 1990. Maybe there might be one on here. So number 25, Swingers. I think it's 1996. I'm not sure.
That's one when we were covering Chef just very recently. Again, go listen to that episode, Shell. That I remember growing up, and you would play that goddamn movie over and over.
Yeah, and I think the movie came out in 96, so I was 15, 16 years old. I didn't watch it until it came out on DVD, and I was like 19 years old. And at 18, 19 years old, what do you want to be in life? I want to hang out with my friends and have fun. I want to go to the casino. I want to do all that stuff. And in the movie, him and his friend, there's one friend who was kind of pushing him to go to the casino, and Mikey, which is Jon Favreau, doesn't want to go because he's worried and neurotic. That was me and Andrew back in the day.
I was about to say, shout out your Vince Vaughn.
Me and my best friend Andrew. The exact same thing. So I was watching. It's like,
shout out Andrew.
That's me and my friend. I'm like, what the hell? That's him. Like, I don't want to go. I'm kind of like neurotic. And then he's like, come on, dude, let's just go. So watch that movie over and over again. The music, the writing, everything about it. It just right away it was one of my favorite movies. I didn't have a list back when I was 20 something years old, 19 years old, but I just remember at that time in my life, I didn't know what to do. I just wanted to have fun and have a good time. And that movie always resonates with me.
Nice.
24. Okay, so this one's a weird one. This is a weird one. We grew up in Southern California, right? We're Mexican American, we're Chicanos. We had a lot of gang member family that was around us. So number 24 is Blood In, Blood Out, Bound by Honor.
Okay.
Yeah, 1993, 1994.
Question in case I'm jumping the list. Is Mi Familia on there?
No.
Oh.
It was on my top 50.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why this one over? Because you didn't gangbang, for clarity.
No.
A nerdy gangbanger.
The reason why I don't like Mi Familia because
Let's deal with this over Street Fighter.
yeah, I mean the reason I didn't put it higher because Mi Familia, I mean, it seemed a little bit too cliche, the acting.
Okay.
It was kind of like a comedy almost. And then like Blood In, Blood Out came out about 2 years after American Me, and American Me in 1992. That was like the Mexican American gang movie with Edward James Olmos.
It resonated with a lot of people. In fact, one of our listeners to the show, shout out Philip, that's the only movie he quotes.
American Me?
Yeah, no, Blood In, Blood Out.
Oh yeah, I mean I can quote that movie.
Actually, Phil, comment on the sec. I might be misquoting. Might be American Me.
And it's a long movie. It's like 3 hours long.
Yeah, it is.
It's a long movie. You see.
But it's an epic.
It's an epic movie. I think the director Taylor Hackford, he did Ray. So
Oh no shit.
yeah, so you have a Caucasian white dude doing this movie with these actors, and he knew he can bring out East LA, he can bring out the Chicano lifestyle, and in the movie there's 3 characters. There's the up and comer artist, and then there was his brother he was a cholo, then he became a police officer. And
The Benjamin Bratt character, right?
Yes, and then you have Damian Chapa, where he plays Miklo, which is he's half white, half Mexican American, and he goes the route that they didn't want him to go, which is becoming a gang member and the leader of a Mexican mafia.
Because he wanted to prove himself at being half white.
Yeah, and just watching that movie when I was 12 years old for whatever. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like watching that movie, I'm like, I never want to be like these people. Like
I was going to say, I'm glad you weren't impressionable.
No, I was like, I never want to be. I see these people around me at parties when mom says,
Oh, especially where we grew up.
yes, and so I seen things happen around me in the neighborhood. So seeing these characters, like I know that guy, I know this guy. So right off the list, I mean that movie just it's. Here's the thing, for us being Mexican American, that's our Godfather. That's our Godfather type of movie.
That's a fucking good comparison.
For me, American Me, Blood In, Blood Out, that's our Godfather movie where it's like, that's an epic thing. Like you see like Godfather where he comes from Italy, comes over. I don't really care about that. That's East Coast stuff.
To quickly talk about the comparison with The Godfather, you know what? Not Godfather. I'm also thinking of, a little bit of Godfather and a little bit of Goodfellas, where it starts off like with Blood In, Blood Out, right? American Me.
Yeah.
Blood In, Blood Out. Both of them.
American Me was first.
Where they glorified a little bit in the beginning,
Yes,
to kind of reel you in and then show you the gritty side to the point where it's like you don't want any of this.
No,
you may see the
it's horrible,
the flashiness of it, but it's terrible.
It's horrible.
And for what?
Yes, and I'm not religious, but back in 1993, we used to go to Victory Outreach a lot.
Yeah,
and so a lot
of
a lot of people that went to Victory Outreach were ex-convicts, and a lot of those characters were based. Looks like they were based.
Christ,
anyways.
yeah.
So that was 24.
Dude, by the way, I got a family member. You've never met him, but he will sit down over some beers and he'll tell me his story. And I'm like, can I get this on a pod one of these days? Just get your story. And he's a great storyteller. But yeah.
Number 23, There Will Be Blood.
Oh, I love that movie so much. One of my Halloween costumes, people know what I'm talking about, where I was this clown thing. I did a little version of like Bill the Butcher as a clown.
Oh, the Gangs of New York?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's on my list too.
Wait, what did you say?
I said There Will Be Blood.
I'm sorry. But I was thinking of
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Bingo.
There Will Be Blood. That's PTA?
Yeah, Paul Thomas Anderson.
I mean, the character, he's a dirtbag. What's the word? Not a capitalist. He wants to make money. He knows how to make money.
Yeah, wouldn't that be it?
Is that what it is? Yeah. He wants to make money. He uses people. He's a bad guy. And the way the movie ends, he's a bad dude. But Daniel Day-Lewis, every movie that he's been in, and he's probably my top favorite actor. He nails the part.
Can I drink your milkshake?
I drink your milkshake. I drink it up. Yeah. So there will be blood. Watching, I'm like, oh yeah, you can make a movie about a bad guy. And this was 2008 or something. So like,
holy shit, that far back?
I think so, yeah. And so like, you can make a movie about a bad guy. The first thing about a bad guy was The Sopranos, then The Shield. The next thing you know, here's Daniel Plainfield, and you're like, oh yeah, he's a bad dude.
Can I have a moment of making you like me less? I haven't seen Sopranos.
That's fine. Not that many people have seen Sopranos. It's
You're
really
sweating. You're turning red.
No, I'm
you grip it. You're white knuckling.
No. No. So there will be blood. It's not really about the director, the way he directed it. It's Daniel Day-Lewis playing the role of a guy who's really greedy. There's a scene, and everybody has seen it, where he wants to get a piece of land, and the father or the other character played by what's his name?
Not Des Melchian.
No, Paul Dano.
Paul Dano.
Paul Dano, and he wants him to confess that he's abandoned his child.
And it goes like this.
Yeah, well, no. I've abandoned my boy.
Let me say no. I'll jump into it.
I've abandoned my child. He does it like that, right? But when you're watching, you're like, wait a second. Did good. Daniel Day-Lewis really abandon his child in his life? Because he really.
Oh, right.
You're looking at it, you're like, yeah, that really happened to him. Anyways, good acting. I mean, that's number 20.
And I'll fact check you. 07.
07. Yeah. Okay. 22. This is on everybody's list. In fact, this is like a lot of people's top 10. Inception.
Fucking love Inception.
2010.
Love a Christopher
Nolan.
Okay,
so this movie, I don't think there's a part in the movie where there's not music playing. I think that's like a Google thing.
Specifically music?
There's always music nonstop playing in the whole entire movie from beginning to end. It's like I think it's like Zimmer or who's this?
It's usually Zimmerman.
It's
or Zimmer.
I think all his movies are like that. There's nonstop like just music.
Zimmer.
Mm-hmm. And I remember watching this movie, and there's a book that I bought. I forgot what it was called, but it was about having what are the dreams that you could do stuff in it?
Freddy Krueger Dream Warrior.
Vivid dreams that you could have
a lucid dreaming.
Lucid dreaming. There you go. And I remember after I read part of the book, I saw this movie and I was like, oh, this is kind of weird because like there's layers and layers of how the dream world works. And the movie made you think, in all of Christopher Nolan's movies after Dark Knight, they made you really think. Well, actually, Memento's actually on this list too. And so this movie made you think, and then the special effects, everything about it was just great. I mean, I just could not get enough of it. Every time you watch it, you're like, how did they make this? How did they put this conceptually into making it into a film?
Yeah.
I couldn't believe, and that movie just stuck with me big time. But real quick, the music. So back in 2009, 2010, apps were a big thing coming out, and there's this one app.
Oh, I know the one.
It was in the Inception augmented sound app.
I used to enjoy that app.
Yes,
maybe or maybe not under the influence.
Right. So that app,
cool app.
That app was crazy because you're monitoring your sounds, and the music of the movie was playing, and while you're talking, everything around you starts to warp. It's hard to explain, but at the time it was augmented sounds, and it was one-to-one monitoring of your voice. And
you would unlock different filters, if you will,
different dreams and stuff.
Sometimes it'll be like geo sensitive.
And by the way, I think he's still stuck in a dream at the end. I think so.
Okay. That's your opinion.
Okay.
Real quick, anytime Christopher Nolan pops up, I always got to say he's the guy. He's so goddamn good about like fucking with time, whether it's memory or reversing time, or time traveling or whatever it is. It's like guy loves time.
Yeah, because he did Tenet, Interstellar, Inception. That's why I'm curious how the Odyssey is going to be.
Yeah,
it's a straight movie. It's weird.
And then he's like, oh, practical effects. Yeah. Like, okay.
All right, Inception 22, 21. Now this one I brought it down after a while because after I rewatched it, there was a couple. I think Scorsese was. I don't know if he was in a rush to make this movie, but what holds this movie to my top 25 is because of Daniel Day-Lewis. It's Gangs of New York.
Okay, so that's what I confused earlier.
My favorite villain of all time is Bill the Butcher in Gangs of New York. Not Darth Vader. It's Bill the Butcher. Why? Because he's a pure American. He loves New York. When you're watching the movie, you're like, this guy has so much passion. And there's one scene where he has the American flag wrapped over his chest, and he has like an eagle eye, fake eye.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh yeah, this guy, he will die in the streets of New York.
Correct me on this one. I also heard that he's such a method actor that he did legitimately wear like period piece materials without any kind of extra warmth underneath, and like I think hypothermia or something.
Probably, yeah.
Let's just add to the lore.
Probably, and this was before like DiCaprio was, this was like early DiCaprio after Titanic type of thing, after The Beach. But I mean, there's the Westerns back in the 1880s, 1850s. On the East Coast, it was this. So it was the first time to actually see it's the first time to actually see not cowboys and Indians, but you see the East Coast at the same time as the 1800s.
It's a brutal film.
Brutal film. Brutal. Scorsese, Gangs of New York, 2000.
I gotta rewatch that. Damn it, that's good.
Mm-hmm. Number 20. This one went up the charts. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh yeah,
Man.
I love me Quentin Tarantino. People know this, and I love when people try to make an argument of like, oh, but he altered history. Who fucking cares? You're watching a movie.
Who cares?
You're watching a movie. You want to watch something as like a documentary.
There's no
of fact
dinosaurs
checking?
in Jurassic Park.
You know, don't ruin my fantasy, dude. But with Inglourious Bastards and that one, like, no, I'm thinking of something else.
No, Glorious Bastards.
No. Well, that one, and I'm also thinking of a current Netflix show like Ed Gein, right? People are like, biopics. Anything that's a biopic,
Yes.
like an actual straight up biopic. People are like, so that actually happened in sequence. It's like, no, you shouldn't ever watch a biopic and think this is what happened one to one. You're watching a 2-hour movie. You're not getting all of these decades of someone's life, whether it be Bohemian Rhapsody or Ray Charles. Do your research. There's a lot of layers to someone.
Here's a big clue. The movie's called Once Upon a Time.
Nice. Okay.
It's not like here's what happened in Hollywood in 1967 or whatever. It's called Once Upon a Time. It's a story about characters from Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, and I love all, like we were talking about on Chef, how all the actors played a part and everybody's role was great. In fact, I just saw that they're doing a Brad Pitt sequel of his character.
Is it a sequel?
It's a sequel.
Okay.
Cliff Booth.
Yeah.
So and I think it's by, I don't want to say if it's David Fincher.
I think so. I
just rewatched 7.
What's it called?
That's the one that might go to my top 25.
Well, listen to our episode on that too. Somebody who did a good job.
God,
What is it? Cliff Booth?
The Adventures of Cliff Booth.
Adventures of Cliff Booth coming out next year.
Mid-70s.
Fincher. Holy shit!
It's
Brad
Fincher,
Pitt
right?
and David Fincher.
Oh my God! Freaking Fight Club.
Man,
Freaking
listen back to
Benjamin
our
Button.
Fight Club episode.
Mm-hmm.
Listen back to our 7 episode. Need views.
So number 20, and we just moved over here to Riverside at the time, and I went to the movies watching this. It was just like it has a feel of like, because the movie ends in a good note. It doesn't end in a bad note.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's not a feel good movie, but it's like an entertaining movie. It just ends like, okay, yeah, those people got killed. Good. She survived. Good.
Yeah, we're not watching a tragedy.
Yes, so we're like that.
We know how that story ends.
Mm-hmm. And we didn't get a Quentin Tarantino movie before that for a couple of years. So having seen a movie of his in the theater, you're like, finally, and it actually hit. It actually hit.
And I will say too, I don't think I know of any of any Freudian slip, of any Quentin Tarantino movie where there has been a spin-off from it.
No.
And so that this is happening and it's being done under David Fincher is the guy to be that pass that torch to.
Number 19. This is a good one. This is probably on nobody's 25. Here's the thing.
Nobody's 25.
No, nobody's top 25. Here's the thing. I watched a lot of 80s action movies. Bloodsport, Kickboxer, Iron Eagle. Tons of action movies. Terminator, Sylvester Stallone, Rambo, Rocky, all those movies. Those are my movies, right?
So guys with accents
Van Damme,
ripped.
Van Damme, all those movies, Nowhere to Run, Under Siege, Steven Seagal, all that stuff. Because of all those movies, they eventually fine-tuned exactly the type of character they needed to be in the movies, and it's John Wick. Mm-hmm. John Wick.
Of course that's on people's list.
Number 19. Not necessarily.
Really?
Not that many people have watched John Wick.
But it blew up. Like it was trending. Not to use that word.
Right, but they see it as, it's just another Keanu movie. I've talked to many people, and maybe the people I'm talking to, they don't consider John Wick like in their top movie. They think it's a good action movie. For me, it's the way it's all based on just the significance of the dog.
Oh, I got you. For me, it was more the action and it being like more grounded, outside of which was totally should be on people's list of The Raid. Like action being real and a little Hollywooded up, but like grounded for the most part, as far as like, the fighting, the gunplay.
Yes.
That kind of like heavy duty training where
and it's all his stunts.
Where somebody can look at it and go, yeah, that's how it would be done for the most part. But the reason why I mention that is a lot of movies after that, maybe not every movie, but a lot of them were like inspired by John Wick
and
grounded it up a little bit more.
Yes. Yeah. And I love the lore. I love the lore in the universe. You know, he's the Baba Yaga, and then you have the hotel world, and then ballerina and all that stuff. You know, yeah.
Can I say though, like outside of the John Wick storyline, because we covered ballerina, and then I think my friends watched the Continental.
Oh yeah,
it's not strong without.
I never seen those. I seen ballerina.
I mean, you're thinking about it. You're covering the top guy in that universe, in that world.
Yeah.
And then you want to like talk about someone lesser. You talked about the best person.
Yeah. But John Wick's number 19. Number 18, going back to Christopher Nolan, Memento.
I love that one.
Memento.
Yeah.
Holy hell. What the hell did I just watch?
Brain.
What did I just watch?
It's one of those movies you can watch it you get for the first time, you get to that twist and then rewatch it and try to see if you can pick up on those clues.
I always tell people to watch Memento because it's the only movie that I know ever. It's the only movie where you feel the exact same way as a character while it's happening in real time.
Oh, that's a great, yeah.
Because you're watching him, he's like, why am I over here? Why am I running? Why is this guy chasing me? And you're thinking, yeah, why is he running? Why is he being chased? So it's the only movie where you're actually in the same questioning mindset of the character.
Headspace.
Yeah, you don't know what's going on. You have no idea what's going on. So that one's pretty simple. It's the only movie that I know that made you. It's a murder mystery movie, but made you feel exactly what the character's feeling. And Christopher Nolan, right away, he jumped on my radar after that.
Yeah.
I don't know what he made before it. I just know he did that one.
We said this on the Chef episode, but there's like certain directors where because they're directing it, I'm going to go check it out.
Oh, yeah. Of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Number 17. Here comes the superhero stuff. Logan. The first trailer. Johnny Cash. I mean, watching superhero movies since I was a kid, and then in the 2000s, X-Men comes out, and then you watch literally, 17 years later, you see Old Man Logan. I mean, this movie isn't a superhero movie. It is what a realistic version of Wolverine would be if he gets old, just like the comics.
Well, it was the first time, too, like within that sort of MC Marvel Cinematic Universe / Fox thing, whatever, there's the whole hubbub, but where you get a character like Logan that's finally able to go full brutal.
Yes. Yeah, it's a first rated R Logan, first rated R superhero movie. Not superhero movie, but rated R for that character. Mm-hmm. And I love the brutal aspect of it. And who's the director? It's oh man, it's the tip of my tongue. He just recently did another movie too. What's his name?
Mangold. Mangold. Oh, Walk the Line.
Yes.
No, of course he's Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
He knows the guy.
And it's brutal. It's sad. You see Professor X get killed by, he thinks it's Logan, and there's like a history of what happened to the X-Men, and you realize that something happened with Charles Xavier, and it just brings the story of Logan to an end. Mm-hmm. And then eventually you watch Deadpool Wolverine and it changes it, but still.
Well, and I'm glad Deadpool Wolverine did handle that whole situation well, but it was I think it was like probably before Avengers Endgame came out, like it was the first superhero movie that I actually like fucking cried in.
Yes. Yeah, it was so sad. And it was so sad. Logan, number 17. Number 16. This will surprise a lot of people because I'm a heterosexual male. It's a musical. I love this movie.
It's a Wicked, isn't it?
No, I've never watched the movie. I love La La Land. I absolutely love
La La Land.
I love La La Land. I was, as a matter of fact, I've been trying to learn the piano for the last freaking 6 years, and every time I learn the piano, I want to try to play one of the songs from La La Land. Yeah,
City of Stars.
City of Stars. But La La Land, I seen that movie in the theaters when it came out by myself.
Blew me away.
I love the way Damien Chaz.
You got me on that one.
I like the way he did. I like the way he directed it. It's real. It doesn't end the way. Yeah, it doesn't end in a way you think how a romantic movie should end. It ends realistically. Not everything's a
happy ever after.
Never.
That's what got it for me. That's what I was like. Oh, whoa. Especially one, musicals, two, love stories. It's predictable. It's super predictable.
Yes.
And so when you go to a poetic ending, it's like, oh, this movie had balls. It's like, when you kill off Gwen Stacy, this movie had balls.
Yeah. But La La Land, I love everything about it. Feel good movie. Put it on. I'm going to sit down and watch it.
That's a great movie.
I'm going to sit down and watch it. Number 15, Jurassic Park.
Oh, I mean,
the original, 1993, whatever, 1994. I saw that movie 14 times in the theater.
It's the movie that holds up.
14 times in the theater.
It's also, in my opinion, the only Jurassic Park movie worth watching.
Yeah, yeah, actually it is. Yeah. 14 times. We had a family member who worked at a movie theater and he gave us free tickets, and I would go all the time to the theaters, Monterey Park, wherever. So I'm 14 times in the theater because each time when you're watching, when you see that brontosaurus for the first time, you're like, what am I watching? That was the first time in any movie you're like, they made this?
It was one, I remember
That's
watching
not real? Like,
the behind the scenes on that.
Yes.
Remember, you had the VHS on
Yes.
that? How they wanted to do, Steven Spielberg wanted to do the stop motion animation, which was like the thing to use because at the time, this is 1993.
1993, yeah.
The only time CG or computer generated images was used was in kind of a liquid form or kind of 2D. There was the
T2.
The Young Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Yeah, and T2 is a liquid Terminator.
And the Abyss.
Which was still very impressive, don't get me wrong, but like for somebody to do textured CGI was completely, it was both a combination of Stan Winston and then that's where ILM was born.
Yeah, it was half puppeteers, half
fucking great.
Yeah. I mean, it was the blockbuster movie of the time, and I think I personally think like that was in 1993. What was the blockbuster in 1992? Under Siege.
I don't know.
Okay. After that movie, it was like Independence Day.
God, I love Jurassic Park.
And then you have the summer blockbuster movie that started coming out. I think Jurassic Park started that. Some people will say it will be Jaws. There's some movies in the 80s that they weren't.
It changed cinema.
It changed cinema.
In 1993. Hold up.
Jurassic Park's a horror movie. It's a horror movie. It's a scary freaking movie. Jurassic Park. Number 15. Number 14, we just talked about it. The Abyss. Oh,
that one's crazy.
My God. I could watch that movie so many times. It's simple. It's an oil rig under the ocean and there's aliens in the ocean and that's it. And they have like 16 hours of oxygen and it's not a horror movie. It's basically they need to escape and something happens with this water alien. It's a simple concept, but the special effects from James Cameron, and you've never seen an alien form like that. It was I love Ed Harris. I love Mary Elizabeth Master Antonio. I love the scene where they're trying to revive her. It puts everything on the line of anybody can die, anybody can get killed. It's a great adventure movie, and the music's really good too. It's impact. It's so fast. It has a little bit of an late 80s vibe, which it is. I think it's 89 or so. But the Abyss right there.
That James Cameron guy. He's done some good. He's
done some well for himself. One about like some boat that sank. I don't know. So that's number 14. Casino, number 13, 1995, I believe. 14 years old watching this. Wow. I mean, the music, freaking Scorsese with the freaking, because we had a lot of family members on grandma's side that listened to like a lot of this like 60s, 70s type of music, and you're like, oh, it punches you. And he did this movie after Goodfellas, and he knew Goodfellas was a hit, so he turned it up a notch. Mm-hmm. Now it doesn't mean Casino's better than Goodfellas, in my opinion, but this movie just hit in all the right places, and it's brutal. That's so brutal.
Casino is one of those movies compared to like all these other movies they talked about. I'm not quick to rewatch it.
Okay, yeah,
because it's so much like it's not the feel good movie.
No,
it's a fucking
movie.
Great movie. No. But you're just like, I feel dirty afterwards.
Yes.
Which is the old job well done, but I feel dirty. I'm good.
Movies, when they show behind the scenes of something that has like a history, like a Vegas, and you're like, does this really happen? Whether it happened or not, Casino was that movie. Mm-hmm. I mean, you see the mob taking control back in the 60s and 70s. You're like, did this really happen? It doesn't matter. It's entertaining. Same thing, Gangs of New York. But Scorsese did an awesome job with Casino. And you see Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro back at it again after Goodfellas. I think they did Raging Bull, but I really never got into that movie. I know they did that together.
And which movie is Pesci the most brutal in? This one or Goodfellas?
This one.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think, and I love how he gets killed at the end. I love it. I love how they kill him at the end. Number 12. This movie came out in 1992. I didn't watch it until I was 19 years old. It's Malcolm X. Denzel Washington, Spike Lee. I love the way Spike Lee did it. I don't know if it's historically correct. I love the way he filmed it. Denzel wasn't Denzel at the time. I think he got nominated for the movie, but that movie resonated with me because my history teacher wanted us to watch it based on the autobiography by Alex Haley or Alex whoever, or it was a biography. And I read that book twice for a book report, and then we had to watch the movie because they said it was kind of close to it. And I was just enamored on the whole entire, wait a second. It's not just Martin Luther King, there's another guy out there. And back then there wasn't internet, so we hear about Malcolm X and you watch the movie, you kind of put the book and the movie together, and it just really stood with me watching that movie and seeing the way Spike Lee did it. And every time I think of Malcolm X, I think of Denzel Washington as Malcolm X.
Yeah.
Number 11, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
That's on my list because I've seen bits and pieces and not the full thing.
Number 11, I mean, it hits. I mean, to erase
We've all been in a heartbreak and
to erase somebody, to find a way to erase it. And it's like a weird reality where that doesn't exist. It's like a weird, like
a lot of cool visual effects in that.
Cool visual effects.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love that movie. I could watch it so many times because it makes you think, who would I want to erase my life?
Also, one of the first Jim Carrey movies that I recall that he was pretty serious.
Yeah. He's pretty serious in that one. Number 10, Endgame, 2019.
Avengers
Endgame.
So on the drive here, we were talking about it. I'd seen it in the theaters 3 times.
Yeah.
Why on the third time did I cry the hardest? And then I'll sometimes on TikTok watch people watching it for the first time, and they won't even show the clips. I will cry along with them.
Yeah, it's an emotional film. I remember when I first watched that last scene, and you watch Captain America actually say "Avengers Assemble," and then just start running. I remember I said to myself, "What am I looking at here? This is 10 years of watching movies. Yeah. It all came down to this." And back, there wasn't any cinematic universes. So watching this is like, this is why we go to the movies, because of this. And I remember taking my daughter, my niece. And I remember at that scene, I knew who was going to come up, and I looked at them, and they're just looking at it. They're looking at it like, wow, this is what movies are made for here.
What an epic movie.
Mm-hmm. Number 9, Into the Wild. I actually have a book right there. I have an Into the Wild book. It's one's in my car.
Is that the Reese Witherspoon?
No.
What the hell am I thinking of?
That's Wild.
Oh, whatever.
Into the Wild is about Chris Candelas, who trekked from, I believe, I want to say South Carolina all the way up to Alaska. He wanted to go explore, and eventually he died.
Holy shit.
It's his story, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a great movie. The book, I'm into a couple chapters.
Wait, that's pretty high up on the list. So, I mean, I know for you it resonated, but why does it resonate for you that highly?
Because the way Sean Penn directed it. He bounces around. It's really gritty. And you see the way how Chris went from just being a college student. He didn't want to be in the norm of the way society is. Mm-hmm. So he became like a tramp. He decided to say, I don't want to do what everybody else does. I want to go my own way. And then eventually it led to his death because he wasn't aware of how the wilderness is out there in Alaska. Because eventually, spoiler alert, he died.
So the message is conform or die.
No,
I'm totally
not
joking.
conform or die.
Totally joking.
Do what you want. Just be careful with what you're doing because it could lead to... Everybody is not an expert at anything. And he thought that he can probably live out there and live off the land, but he couldn't. But the movie isn't about that. The movie is it's the people that he met. And in life, you're going to meet people that are going to stick with you. And then each of these characters, as a matter of fact, Vince Vaughn's in the movie, each of these characters, they played a big part in his life. Not only that, he played a big part in their lives too. I mean, it's a good
damn. I know you mentioned it the once, but I don't think it like stuck in my brain as far as like, I'm going to put that on this top 25 list. I will post it. But as far as like something getting thrown into my YHST list, I have to watch this now.
Number 8, The Joker.
Yeah.
Todd Phillips.
How do you feel about part 2 though?
I never watched it.
That first one is, again, a movie that you maybe only needed to watch the once, but it is, although we did watch it twice, and I felt as dirty at the end.
Yeah. Whether you think that he copied Scorsese, good. That's good that he copied Scorsese and how he filmed it. Amazing cinematic movie, slow pace. When you see the twist, when you see that the neighbor really isn't there.
Unfortunately, I resonated with this movie because I deal with mental health problems. Right. A lot of it's depression. I don't go crazy and see shit, but I usually tell people the past year or so, I've been more open with my mental health struggles. And I go, if you want to know, watch The Joker. Mm-hmm. They're like, but it's so bleak. And I go, yeah. It could be a sunny day. And I'm feeling very bleak when I'm in those down spots.
He kills his mom. And then he looks out to the window and he takes a deep breath. And he's like, and you're like, yeah, this guy.
Jesus, unhinged.
Unhinged, but he's relieved and he feels that he's doing what he needs to do in order to just be free. Mm-hmm.
Also commentary on like, society should help out people who are going through
That's
those
where
struggles.
he's yelling at De Niro at the end. He does all that stuff. Number 7.
I love that all that stuff.
Yeah. Number 7, I'm going to put on here. This is a guilty pleasure. Deadpool and Wolverine. Because of me watching Hugh Jackman from the last 24 years, at the time when it came out as Wolverine. You're like, we finally seen him in a yellow and blue
I
suit.
fucking loved it.
You know, I don't really like Ryan Reynolds and stuff like that, but he's a perfect Deadpool. I mean, that movie made me smile the whole entire time.
Oh yeah, I've heard
It's a top 10.
There may or may not been people that I do podcasts with that like didn't like this movie because they're like, oh, but it's just all references and fan.
What's it called again? Like it's for the fans.
Yeah,
Good.
I go, yeah. And it's if any movie's going to do it, I feel like I'm reliving this argument again. If any movie's going to do it, it's going to be Deadpool.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, and again, but specifically going to like Hugh Jackman in which you think would look ridiculous in this yellow suit, also in a whole bunch of other suits.
Yes.
Looks amazing and does not mail it in, and is like a very emotional, deep character who is just miserable, as is Logan.
And it's the worst version of Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
It's a goddamn good movie.
it's eye candy, but for us superhero fans, it's what I wanted. It's exactly what I wanted. Number 6, Chef. I won't get into it. You guys watched the last podcast?
Listened.
Yes. Number 5, Goodfellas. Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
Come on.
Look how it starts. Look how the movie starts.
Yeah.
The first 2 minutes is a body in the back of the trunk. What does he say? Well, I never wanted to be
I never wanted to be a snook.
not even
It immediately shows you the ugly side and then goes into like all the flashiness of it.
And then you have Harry Neeson's Step Into the Fire song. I forgot what it is at the end where he's making the pasta and he's the helicopter and it's all like
chaotic.
It's all chaotic.
Oh, it goes quick downhill.
My God. Goodfellas. Everybody knows why Goodfellas is. It's in everybody's top 50 at least. Number 4, Dark Knight. This was the most realistic, grounded superhero movie I've ever seen in my whole entire life.
And
we saw it in IMAX.
How we mentioned, that's right. That was my first IMAX.
Yeah.
And how we mentioned how John Wick rewrote movies,
Yes.
or that genre, the action genre. Dark Knight rewrote superhero movies.
Correct. You can make a serious one.
Yeah, not only you can make it serious, but it doesn't have to be so
Campy.
Campy is the word. Thank you.
Yeah, campy. There wasn't any jokes in the movie. You don't know who the Joker's real name is. You know where he came from, and it's a sequel.
It's cinema.
People forget that it's a sequel. Yeah, it's a freaking sequel. If they want to say what's the best sequel of all time, okay, Godfather 2. I kind of like The Dark Knight. I'll stick with that one right there. People say Godfather 2. I really think The Dark Knight's better than The Godfather 2 in terms of
I watched Godfather 2.
Yeah.
I prefer Godfather 1 because I like Al Pacino's quiet power.
Yeah.
And after that, then it's a lot of hooah.
Real quick, I want to go on a quick tangent. One night I was on YouTube and I was looking at Al Pacino, how did his voice change? There has to be a time between before Scent of a Woman, after something in the 80s.
No, it was like Carlito's Way or
that's in 90. That's in 92.
Scarface.
Okay, Scarface is in 80, but he still had. He's Scarface.
Yeah, because he's got more of this going on. But even still, like with part 1, he barely utters a word. It's all whispery talk. And then in Godfather Part 2, then he leans into that power and he's screaming at people. So I would say maybe then.
I actually like Godfather Part 3.
I haven't seen it.
I actually like it.
Really?
You never seen Part 3?
I'm gonna have to see Part 3.
I actually like it. I like the end. Do you know what happens?
Does he die?
No. I mean, he dies. I mean, he's an old man. But do you want to know what happens? Okay, his daughter gets killed.
Okay.
And he cries out for his daughter. It's probably one of the best scenes besides like Daniel Plainville and There Will Be Blood of an emotional. He cries, but he doesn't make a sound. Watch that scene.
Okay.
But Godfather 3 ending, Al Pacino crying. You'd be like, whoa.
I'm gonna watch it in context.
Whoa. Yeah.
We'll cover that.
Number 3, Kill Bill 1 and 2 together.
Oh yeah.
Masterpiece.
Oh yeah.
The Whole Bloody Affair. I mean, what can you say wrong about this movie? I mean, I'm sorry. But to me, it's a masterpiece of cinema. It's a spaghetti western / kung fu movie / everything you want in an action movie. And at the time, Quentin Tarantino was right off. I think he did Jackie Brown and then before. So you're like, where does this come from?
Yeah.
It was amazing to watch. Isn't it coming back in theaters?
Maybe. I think it might have already by the time this comes out. Yeah. Well, as far as like Tarantino, because at the time he did his first thing he wrote or whatever was True Romance, right?
Yeah, True Romance.
Then Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction. So it's like, oh, this guy just does gangster stuff.
Yes.
Jackie Brown. You're right. So out of left field, but it kind of shows you like, oh, this guy does have like he's if you don't know Tarantino,
He has range.
not only does he have range, but the things that he likes are very eclectic.
Yes.
And when he loves something, he loves it and will bite off of those and pull from it with such a passion and fervor. That's
Passionate.
like, and then obviously comes through, which is so funny because it's like, do you feel like he had to have that that momentum as a director from those other movies in order to go, this is going to be a little bit out of left field? Because if I did it early on, I know he wrote it. So. I know he was writing it like after Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
But do you think that if for whatever reason, let's just say hypothetically, he had this idea in the 90s, do you think they would have Miramax would have let him make it?
No, but it wouldn't work in the 90s.
A good point.
It wouldn't work in the 90s. I think this is a time where everybody was edgy. MTV was like really edgy. It was edgy. And he made this not too edgy because he could have left that scene not black and white. He could have left it bloody. And so then you realize, wait a second, why does it say Volume 1 on it? There's another one coming out in 8 months? What was the last movie that did that?
Nothing.
So you're watching...
wait like 2 years for shit.
Yeah, you're watching...
We waited like 5 years for Stranger Things.
Yeah, 2003, 2004. It's like Kill Bill 1 and 2. It's a masterpiece of a movie. And they're saying that he wants to do a part 3, volume 3 with, Beatrix Kiddo's kid. And maybe that can work, but I think just leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
Leave it alone. Number 2, Fight Club. Fight Club number 2.
So Fight Club was the first movie we covered with a guest.
Yeah.
And that was the one. Thank you, Rudy, for recording for 3 hours. Because I was like, how do I not cover all of these things and all of these scenes? It is such a dense, positively rich. It's a rich movie and so layered. And people think, oh, it's about when you see the poster, it's about soap. Oh, is it about fighting? No, it's so much more about corporations and being yourself. Also be a little bit crazy and needing to get some sleep.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, I think if I have to make a list of the top twists in movies, that's one of them. That's probably top 3.
Before you see number 1, this is number 2, right?
Number 2.
Before you see number 1.
Yeah. Number 1 movie on my list of top favorite movies of 2025, I messed that up, is Pulp Fiction.
Oh, easily, yeah.
Pulp Fiction.
God damn, is there a movie I can rewatch over and over?
Quentin Tarantino thought to himself, I want to make a movie, but I'm not going to go from A to Z. I'm going to go from Y, Z, A, throw in a 3, 4, throw in a square, and then go back to A again. You're like, what the? It's not linear. And there's probably movies that are like that before.
Well, not only that, but it's a movie. There's been movies out there that are like so character driven, but like Tarantino's movie, specifically this one, is so character driven.
And there's 3 main characters. Mm-hmm. There's no co-star. There's 4 main characters.
Butch.
You got Vince Vega, and then
Jules,
and then you have Uma Thurman.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. You have 4 main characters in the movie, and you're like, what is this movie about? You can't tell people what it's about. You can't tell people
it's a Seinfeld of movies.
Yeah. And there's lore, and he started building. I mean, even though Reservoir Dogs is technically a sequel to Pulp Fiction because Vincent Vega or the Vega brothers. Mm-hmm. So there is that world, but he started building the world of the Red Apple cigarettes. He started building the world of Vince,
Big Kahuna Burger.
Yeah. Marsalis, all this stuff. And he was world building and no director has ever done that. Mm-hmm. So he started doing that there, and he started talking about with Uma Thurman to make Kill Bill. So that movie to me was super edgy. And then you started seeing like ripoffs right after it, like 3 Days in the Valley and stuff like that. It just you cannot.
It's so funny though when people try to like replicate that. It's like you miss the idea of what this movie is. You misunderstood it.
At that time, when that movie came out, it was so raw and so like it was right after El Mariachi. Mm-hmm. El Mariachi was like 93, 92. You're like, what's Robert Rodriguez? Coincidentally, that's his friend. And you're watching like, okay, movies can go this edgy. And then when you see freaking Marsalis Wallace, and down the basement, you're like, what is that guy doing to him? What is Zed doing to him? You're like, whoa. Okay. And then, main character dies. You're like, wait a second. But then he's at the end everything just blends. It's everything blending. And then when the movie ends, you put it in your head how the whole story was.
Mm-hmm. It's like over the course of 3 days or
something like that. Over the course of 3 days, yeah. I mean, it's great. You see Harvey Keitel, you see everybody else in that movie. To me, it's my favorite movie of all time. I could watch it anytime.
Oh yeah, I can quote the shit out of it.
And at 13 years old, I kind of watched it after when it came out. That made me love movies more because of that movie. Interesting. It made me think we can make a movie about anything.
And like there's nothing flashy action wise.
Nope. No. They're just shocking scenes. Yeah. But not to the point where like, okay, they're just like, yo, like, what is this? But why do I want to watch more of it? Why are they cussing? Why are they making fun of
it's a film noir movie. Nobody like grows.
No.
Nobody learns a fucking lesson.
Nope. Nobody learns a lesson. Nothing. It's just
a day in the life of these assholes.
Entertainment.
Yeah.
And there's different angles. You could watch it from. Matter of fact, if there was like a spinoff or something in that world, I want to know more about Marcel Swass. I want to know about the Vega brothers. I want to know about Jules. I want to know like why he became a hitman. But I want to know what was in that suitcase, which the rumor is it's actually Marcellus Wallace's soul.
I've heard. I know Tarantino is like, it's whatever you want it to be.
It's whatever you want it to be.
Which I kind of don't like, because I've always been of the belief of that if you're writing a movie that you know what the answers are.
I know, yeah.
Oh, cop out. That's the only one thing I'll disagree. He goes, you want to know what's in it? It's a D-cell battery and a fucking orange light bulb.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say before we close out?
No, thanks for letting me share my top 25 best movies.
Thanks for sharing that list. There are a few of those movies on the list I haven't seen. I think 3 of them, 4 of them?
Wild, yeah.
Into the Wild. And so I will have to add those on our list and check it out and cover it. Dude, thank you again for jumping on here. Do you want to shout out your video game streaming?
Sure. At Level 45 Gaming, LVL 45 Gaming on Twitch and YouTube and on X and everywhere else on social media.
There you go. And if you want to follow us again, if you haven't been doing so, YHST Pod on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. Thank you guys. Support us on Venmo at YHST Pod. We love it. We mean it. Thanks for joining on this bonus episode. And let us know what movies are on your growing list of films that has people asking you the question. You haven't seen that? There you go. Thank you. Bye. You gonna keep barking, little doggy? Or are you gonna bite?